CBN should announce use of old new Naira notes. Tinubu calls out. Can you imagine? So this, I say they said the CBN, the APC governors have won the Supreme Court case, or rather have secured Supreme Court order to use the old and new Naira notes simultaneously. But both federal government, through the Attorney General Federation, Malami, and CBN have decided not to obey that court order. That is the truth. They have both decided not to obey that court order. So I'm sure the way it's biting the masses is also biting the big politicians, especially people like Tinubu. And that is why Ozekome came out within the last week to say that the CBN Naira redesign policy is biting the political class more than the masses. We can see Tinubu here crying out, saying that CBN should announce use of old and new Naira notes simultaneously. Now, so Bola Tinubu, the presidential flag bearer of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) in the forthcoming election, has appealed to the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) to allow the old Naira notes to remain in circulation alongside the newly redesigned notes for the next 12 months. At least he get power with government. Let him go and get through now. The former Lagos governor stated this on Sunday in a statement issued and made available to journalists by his campaign spokesperson, Festus Keyamo. Tinubu said he and the APC vice presidential candidate Kashim Shettima has nothing against the CBN policy, stressing that they are only worried about the plight of Nigerians who are finding it difficult to obtain the new notes. A lie. What happens to the 22.5 billion naira old note that have been stashed in Kano, that they don't know how to use it? A lie. I think this one now, CBN governor has cut them below belt, and they can't breathe again. Following the advice of the Council of State, the CBN should announce that the old and the new Naira notes, especially the non-withdrawn notes and coins, will coexist as legal tender for the next 12 months to follow examples of countries that have successfully implemented similar monetary policy. You get coins for Nigeria. Who is using the coins? So this is what is coming from APC. So the thing is biting them seriously. Really biting them seriously. So now they have come to appeal. So they know how to appeal to CBN. When they were sitting down and allowed the APC governors to take the federal government and CBN to court, to Supreme Court, and when the Supreme Court gave that order, they were happy. They were clapping hands like they have won. Now the Attorney General Federation and Minister for Justice, Malami, has refused to obey that court order. Okay, and even the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ariwola, have been asked to revert that order with immediate effect. Okay, and now both CBN, federal government, and the Attorney General Federation, nobody is obeying that court order. February 10 is February 10. Okay, and they think they have so now it's biting them. Now they see the power of executive in action silently, even without making statement. Okay, the Council of State had a meeting with the Buhari in Abuja. Buhari left them before the meeting got concluded. So meaning that he handed over to Shibanjo to discuss with them. And at the end of the day, what did Shibanjo say? That the president will look into it. He will talk with the president to look into it. That was the conclusion. So at the end of the day, that meeting is as good as not held because it wasn't concluded. And Obasanjo did not even attend that meeting in person. He attended online. Okay? So that's to tell you that the Supreme Court judgment is not going to hold water. Nobody is obeying it. Now APC is coming out to beg. They are now appealing to CBN governor that there's nothing they have. They don't have anything against the CBN or the CBN governor. They are only interested in the masses that are suffering who do not have access to the new Naira notes. So they should extend the coexistence of the old and new notes together for the next 12 months, not be only. This whole agenda is not working. And CBN mean business. Okay, and many Nigerians have agreed that let this new Naira note banned old Naira notes be banned. February 10 is February 10. Everything will be looked into after the elections, after the February 25 and March 11 elections. That is it. Okay. So let APC go and look for something else to do. All their rigging strategies have been busted this time around. This bullion van is not going to work this time around. And now they are frustrated, heavily frustrated. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to handle this matter. Now they have seen that the CBN is not ready to budge. Federal government is not ready to budge. Attorney General Federation is not ready to budge. I've spoken the mind of the president, and there's nothing. Even the Council of States meeting with the president is of no effect. Now it's biting them. Now Tinubu is begging through Kayamu that CBN should make announcement to allow the old and the new Naira note coexist for the next 12 months. It not work. It not work. And they've seen it. Even though some states like Kano, Zamfara, and Kaduna are trying to disturb their state citizens or residents of their state to force them to accept the old note, it's not working. Okay, over the weekend, Ganduje of Kano State had to shut down a supermarket called Weke Supermarket. Shut the supermarket down for rejecting the old notes. Zamfara Governor Matawale has ordered immediate arrest and prosecution of anyone that rejects the old notes. The Kaduna State Governor El-Rufai has asked citizens to go about their normal business with the old notes and that nothing will happen. Okay, but then generally Nigerians have continuously rejected the old notes, not just because they cannot spend it, but the fact is, after collecting the old notes, what if CBN did not give them the opportunity to change that old note from their hands? Who suffers? That is the main reason why Nigerians in general have started refusing the old notes, and they're not going to accept it. There's nothing anyone can do about it. If you bring old note to me, I say I'm not going to take it, you go back. That is all. Are you going to go into the local market where people are selling food and agricultural product, gari and yam and fish, to go and arrest them for rejecting old Naira notes? You won't do that. You won't do that. It depends on the prerogative of the person selling what he should accept or what he should not accept. Okay. So let's see the comment I will have here over Tinubu's appeal to CBN. Somebody say, hey, man that feels the pain of the masses, Jagaban with the solution, man with the brain. Can you imagine? Somebody is praising Jagaban because they have their own interests at the back end that are seeking to protect. Somebody say you don't have single sense, and that is true. Tinubu is not begging for the masses, but wants an opportunity where he can buy votes. That's why he's begging, and that is the truth. Tinubu will be the biggest loser in the next coming elections. Bam, bagam. That is the situation. Okay. Somebody says, what is this man waiting before he will take his old notes to the bank? This is not bullion van election. EFCC should monitor the drug baron very well. That is true. All of them has touched the money, especially APC governors, and they don't know what to do with the old money now. And that is why the things begin to bite them. Because they are not going to buy vote with that. Even when they bring it out on election day, people will not accept it. Somebody said none of them can take the billions they have hoarded to the bank. Yes, it will be traced. They keep cash and spend cash. Okay, Tinubu is the best. He thinks ahead. Who? How is he thinking ahead? Who told you he's thinking ahead? Somebody says, so that I can now use your bullion van to buy votes. Why is it that this Naira redesign is a priority? You didn't talk about ASU strike, fuel hike, and untold sufferings Nigerians have been going through since you installed PMB. Naira depreciation had never been your concern, but Naira redesign, you have a hidden agenda. That is what this guy is telling him, and that is true. Has a hidden agenda. You have a hidden agenda. Anyone that collect the old Naira note is on his own. The new note has come to stay, no going back. That is it. Bagam. Hey, this is serious. Okay? Your embezzled money will be lost. Okay? Hey, man, no to old Naira notes. Old man, all the old currency in your private house is what you are protecting for vote buying. Somebody said, why are you always jittering about this issue? And that is it. So it is obvious that APC is jittering over this issue of old Naira notes. They have stacked huge cash that they don't know what to do with it. I would not be surprised that after the general elections, either CBN will then allow the old notes to coexist, or will print more new notes into the circulation and old notes gone forever. We will see people bringing them down like tissue paper to burn. That was what happened in 1984. We saw all of that. So thank you for listening. And this is the case of Tinubu and APC. They are now wailing. If it's other matter, they will call other people wailing wailers. Now, over the Naira redesign, they are now the current wailing wailers. Wow. Thank you for listening. And let's have your comment for sharing.